Welcome back, you funky monkeys. It's very exciting. Daggerfall Unity, now in alpha. Once again, this is post-recorded narration being clumsily edited back over the video track, thanks to my neighbour and his continuing ambition to turn his apartment into some kind of roller disco. This way it's just easier to manage the background noise. So we're going to start a new game here, playing as the Argonians, who have mastered the arts of thievery and spellcasting and warriors, so fairly versatile then. The previous character, the High Elf, it reached the point where we were basically unstoppable. So it was time to start again, try something a little bit different. So the idea here is just to sink as many points into speed as we can comfortably get away with at the beginning. I think speed is the most important attribute. The advantages and the disadvantages are I'm not really familiar with how far you can push them, to be honest. You have they affect the skill dagger, but then you can also use the max hit points per level. And does it matter if the skill dagger is pointing to difficult? I think that just means it takes longer to level up, but is there really any downside to taking a long time to level up? But I'm just assuming that for balance purposes you probably want to keep the skill dagger in the middle. This character is going to be an Argonian archer. Not exactly thief, but with very thiefy skills. Climbing, running, jumping. Short blade. Forbidden materials, forbidden weapons. Yes, I probably should have edited this part out as I fumble around, deciding what shield I want to not be able to carry. So I think you can only have up to 7 advantages or disadvantages. Yes, I'm being a bit greedy with going for 3 times majory. No, we're not done yet. Come on. Yes, nobody cares about chain armor. I can't stand the underworld. I hate them. So what did we do with the attributes? We deducted from willpower and luck and put it into speed. The class, it's very quiet without any music, isn't it? There's no music during the character creation. Yeah, the class name Hunter Killer is very unimaginative, but yeah, sometimes the muse is not with you. I'm realizing now that I didn't check the skill requirements for the Archaeologist Guild mod, which was my intention to use them as an alternative to the Mages Guild, because this character is not going to be particularly good with magic. In fact, I don't think we can even join the Mages Guild. But as I have an old-fashioned aversion to using the linguistic skills, well, I'm sure that the archaeologists will have something we can use. Should it be diverse merchants? Yay, the ebony dagger. Wherein your expertise in combat? What motivates you into a life of burglary? Helping others. You preferred criminal method. Well, I think one of the next stages in the evolution of Daggerfall Unity is to remove all text from the I was going to say from the game, but that doesn't make sense, does it? Maybe it's locked away in game files, and it will be extracted so that modders can easily change it, and then we can fix all the typos. I guess it's possible that those typos are or those paragraphs are images, not text. I have no idea. Seems fine. I'm not sure dodging was a very good choice. So, this is Susurrus, the hunter-killer Argonian. Now, I don't... here we go.
After Tidal Saturn's reign, the beginning will meet the end, and the bloody circle will close in the empire of Tamriel. Then were the heirs of the second dynasty.
Yes. Well, I am going to talk over the top of you, I'm afraid. The intro video has been upgraded. I don't know if the voiceover has been re-recorded.
The provinces fight among themselves like neglected children, drunk with revenge.
Maybe it's just the original audio, but polished up nicely.
Forever.
Okay, here we go. Warm ashes. Warm ashes. Do you want warm ashes? Do you want warm ashes? Do you want to enable warm ashes? I think we do. You were on a boat, but then you were attacked by spoilers. Well, it doesn't matter who we were attacked by. Yes, everything became more dangerous. That'll be warm ashes then. Thanks for the pauldron, I'm sure that will help greatly. The infinite possibilities of starting out at the bottom of Privateer's Hold. Anything can happen, but probably the same thing that will always happen will happen. I like the Argonian's growl. Take that, imp. So although this was recorded on which version of the alpha was it? I think it was 10.2. But I believe we're now up to 10.3 with a couple more hotfixes. And all the previous mods as before. Warm Ashes, Archaeologist Guild, Dream, all of the normal mods. Get down off that table. What are you doing? I do like their red eyes. There's almost nowhere in Privateer's Hold that you can rest. Unless you've cleaned out half the dungeon. Too impatient to go back to the very first room. It's strange that as an archer, I don't have a bow. Well, we're in trouble now. Too overconfident from playing the overpowered other character. don't think this is going to last much longer. Not with 1 health. How did we survive that? Oh dear. Oh, how embarrassing. Dying in Privateer's Hold like a noob. So the ending, the death exit video is, hasn't been upgraded yet. I forgot how terrible this was. Dying to a bat. That is unacceptable. Yeah. So the bat actually killed the skeleton. Very good. Unfortunately, once the skeleton was dead, the bat was no longer of any use. You cannot carry any more stuff. Seems a little bit informal. I think it should say you cannot carry any more. Yeah, there's a lot of empty places in Privateer's Hold. Well, he was sneaky. So we're both archers, but nobody has a bow. The magic armbands that we don't know what they do. I think I actually got lost there. Unbelievable. Oh wow, this is very determined. Heading upstairs to take out the skeletons. If you don't have the ebony dagger, I don't think this is worth it. Just from the shrieking alone is not worth it. And we have a bow. So there's a mod which alters the archery mechanics slightly. But I forget how it works. We'll have to see it in action in a minute. Or maybe not, as we appear to have no arrows. That's a nice armor upgrade. Oh dear. Come on, just get rid of this guy and then we can leave. What is that, 23 minutes to make a new character and get out of Privateer's hold? It's a little bit. It's a little bit under par or over par? A little bit over par, I think. Unfortunately, we're not immediately ambushed by the hordes of warm ashes. And here we are, leveling up in Gothway Garden. So now begins the usual pattern of selling all the stuff, buying a horse, neighbours opening cupboards. People are a lot friendlier, it appears. They immediately told me the location of everything and put it on the map. I know that a few people had some difficulty with, yet torch is still lit as it always is. Some people have been finding that the townsfolk are very unfriendly. I don't know if the mechanics have been changed in that respect, but It certainly seems unusual to the first person you talk to is incredibly helpful. Aha. Now we have to sell the armor before we can buy a horse. I can't believe that Bethesda decided to create a day called Turdass. Oh dear, dear, dear. I don't like the alternate names of the weeks and the months. It's hard enough to keep track of time in real life, let alone pseudo-Tolkienese gubbins. Oh, great, and now it's time for the helicopter to visit. I don't know if that will have been captured by the microphone, but there's a large hospital nearby, and they have a helicopter, emergency helicopter on their roof. So whenever anybody has some bad luck, you can start playing the Airwolf music. Awesome, we have a horse. Do we even have an arrow? We have one arrow, thank you so much. I think arrows should probably come bundled in units of 10. We're going to be looking for arrows for a long time. Look, there's 2 there. We have 3 now. Actually, I tell a lie, we have 13. I wasn't paying attention. Too busy mumbling about helicopters. So at this point, what you should do is remember that you are a level 1 character. You should definitely see if you can stock up on potions, or if you have the ability, cure poison, cure disease, and then go to the crypts, the low level. I was going to say mini dungeons. They're not even that. The 2-room. Well, the crypts. You know what a crypt is. You should farm those a little bit to get more cash to set yourself up. You definitely shouldn't immediately start taking on regular missions, especially without any supplies whatsoever. But I think at this point I was still in the mindset of the high elf with the paralysis immunity. We're going to miss not having that, I think. Yeah, we're too dumb to join the guild. And I'm pretty sure we can't afford the spells, can we? Nope. Need to sell that armor. Why isn't there an armorer's in Gothway Garden? How irritating. It is, isn't it, Horsey? I wonder where we're going now. Ah, the Fighters Guild, is it? Big mistake. It should be a crypt, I already said. I'll give you 41 days. That does seem a fairly long time. Well, to be fair, look, it is on a little island, so that makes sense. I don't remember I don't remember ever going to this island before. Killing a tiger or bear. Well, that was quick. Now then, now we have a little problem. Available gold 22, trip cost 40, or 25 now. Did it not occur to me to hit the camp out button to save cash? It seems that it did not. So now I need to find 3 gold pieces. They have an armourer in Upvale Borough. Which is a long way away. Yeah, I definitely should have hit camp out. I don't think that any of the little settlements on this tiny island have an armourer that we can sell this stuff to. Rip market, eh? Not the kind of problem I was expecting to run into at the beginning of the game. Yes, the village has 8 general stores and nothing else. Ah, of course, time for a really clever idea. What we'll do is, instead of clicking the button to camp out, let's borrow 5,000 gold coins. Which 10% interest is 500 gold. And then realize that the money you borrowed is in your bank account and not in your inventory. There you go. Awesome decision making here. So that's spectacular. Ah yes, now this horse looks very familiar. Where have you seen this horse before? Yes, you're sitting on it. The grey horse seems a little more coquettish. Yes, here's 350 gold, a lot less than the interest on the loan payment you took out for no reason. So again, another big mistake. We shouldn't be doing these dungeon hauls at this point. Especially with warm ashes active, it's too dangerous. In fact, I think, yeah, something happens here. You've chosen the wrong dungeon to purge, and then it... I don't know, but I think they've... Have they spawned inside the dungeon? Well, they've got some good equipment anyway. I scared myself. Yeah, we don't need 9 torches anymore. So here we go, trying out the bow. Trying it out very badly. Oh look, we've been poisoned. Superb. So I think we can't do much about that. We're now going to die because we neglected to take the necessary precautions. I don't know if there's a sound cue that indicates that the arrow is hit. There might be. I'm not sure. But I still haven't realised at this point that we got poisoned. We got poisoned earlier than this when we first entered the dungeon. We got poisoned, so there's no reloading out of that. I've just noticed there's an arrow counter in the bottom right hand corner next to the compass. That's handy. I was just thinking, I wonder how many arrows are left. Well, there's 10. You feel somewhat bad. I wonder if that text changes. Because we should be feeling a little bit worse than somewhat bad now, because we're going to be dead in a minute. Or in a few seconds. There we go. Well, as you can see, it's tremendously exciting, but that's going to be the end of this for the moment. If you're still holding back on playing Daggerfall Unity, I don't think there's any reason to hold back any longer. You can dive right in. Okay, well, thanks so much. Take care, stay safe, and I say adios.